Welcome everyone back to the JpeG podcast.
Welcome.
Jerry's pointing. Episode 33. Now we have an issue here.
We do, yes.
First of all, pardon our dust.
Pardon our dust.
It's dusty.
Gesundheit.
Thanks. Was that right? No.
I mean, it could have been real.
Well, it's cool in the basement.
A lot cooler in the
So
basement.
we're going to relocate down here and figure out how to do it nicer than today, but
And get rid of all of this behind us.
duty calls though, you know.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, and that means we got to record the podcast.
And we
so-
got to be comfortable at the same time.
Yeah, or else we can't give you the best product of our abilities.
Exactly. Also, the other problem, episode number.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
I guess there's no episode 31,
Maybe not.
or there is, and it's lost.
It's lost in the ether of the outer net or the inner sphere.
It's true. Somewhere in the Spectrodome has
Mm-hmm.
episode 31. So don't be confused by that. This is how it is, and we're going to roll with it.
Yeah, we're going to do this.
So last one was 32. And this one will be a 33.
This one's 33.
Maybe we'll go back and do 31 as like a 100 episode special or something.
We're rewinding it back to episode 31. Yeah. It, like you said, it's so weird to be able to see our levels. We've got like a monitor over here showing our levels, and we can see when we're clipping.
When we're clipping.
Like that. It goes in the red.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a studio monitor.
Yeah, I like it, actually.
It's way cool, yeah.
It reminds me of the radio station.
Thank you for calling.
Caller number 10. Can we get your name?
Yeah. Shotty McWaffles.
Shotty McWaffles.
I wish I could just
Adjust the
adjust
dial.
it to make it sound like I'm in a tunnel or what.
We could do that in post.
That'd be sick.
What do we got to talk about today? Let's see.
Let's get into some movies because we like to start off with that, and I did finally see Avengers: Infinity War. Finally.
Top level thoughts before we dive too deep into it.
Fantastic movie. Completely kept me with my jaw just dropped almost the whole time. And it was sad. It was sad.
Also, meep, spoiler alerts.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. So it's been almost a week now, right?
Since it came out, since you saw it.
Since it came out. Almost since I saw it too.
Yeah, it's been a week now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think.
I saw it on a Friday afternoon.
Crap, maybe it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it might have been 2 weeks since it came out, but a week since I saw it. So.
Crud knows.
Keeping it PG-13, folks. Shit.
Now we're gonna lose all our advertising.
Shoot.
Thank you. It was an accident, Budweiser. Don't take
Yeah.
advertising away.
Come on.
Please.
Please don't. What are your top 3 thoughts?
I'm gonna rehash what I said last episode.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Yep.
I follow the universe in the movies, so I was able to follow the film. I was hearing about people who are like kind of casual fans,
Yeah.
and I thought I was casual.
Yeah. But you're a more super fan, you think?
I'm not a super fan, but I just follow it. Like
Yeah.
a coworker said that her husband kind of watches the movies. He likes to just see the fights and
Sure.
kind
Yeah.
of crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't follow the story really.
The action or
So
whatever.
every like 10 minutes, he was asking his wife, "Who's this guy again?
Oh,
What's
gosh.
his story?"
Really?
And she was like, "Shut up. We'll talk after the movie." I just can't imagine like paying money and seeing it without a little homework.
Oh, for sure. Especially for an Avengers movie, because that obviously encompasses all...
It's an ensemble.
Yeah. It's a mashup.
Yeah.
The Alamo, I forget what word they used, but it was the biggest get-together, like you said, mashup, but Alamo Drafthouse Theater, they used a different word.
Not ensemble.
It was like a collaboration, like it's the biggest collaboration that Marvel has done, with
yeah.
all of the different characters together and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing that I love about that theater, which we saw it there, is that they say previously on the Avengers. And
Yeah.
they give you all the clips to
great,
kind of
right?
like just reboot your mind on what happened. And it's perfect.
I'm surprised they're not sponsoring us yet. We
I
talk about
know.
them every fucking podcast.
Every
Every
podcast.
podcast. Every podcast.
Every podcast. Yeah, we should just put the Alamo Draft House at the bottom corner.
Just flash the logo every 5 minutes.
Bleep.
And we got some games going on here.
We do have some games going on. I saw today, I don't know, I'm not in the VR realm, just because I don't have any of the VR equipment, but you are. You have the PSVR.
Yeah.
Have you played that recently?
No. Well,
Kind of.
maybe like a month or two ago.
Okay. It's kind of just milk toast now, right? It's just kind of,
I don't know what that means.
it just kind of, not boring, but just kind of like bland. Milk toast.
Oh, okay. Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm conflicted on it, but
Sure.
you know.
They're
I actually bought this game, and I never played it
uh-huh.
because I just did not care.
We're referring to Star Trek The Next Generation's Enterprise VR. I saw an article on it today, and I guess it might have been DLC for it, because like you said, you already downloaded it.
There's new DLC for it.
Yeah, there's new DLCs for it, and I think that's what this article was referring to, and it looked sick. I mean...
If it was the Orville
okay.
DLC,
You
like
like the
DLC to
Orville.
make the Orville, I would totally be into that.
You're into the Orville.
I'm into the Orville.
Oh, yeah.
The Orville.
Maybe they'll come out with a version of VR with the Orville.
I mean...
You never know, dude.
It probably happened on PC.
Oh,
As
probably.
like a mod.
Probably first. Yeah, maybe, yeah, as a mod, yeah.
Next.
Switch? Yeah, so I was going to jump into that. That's more of an accessory, but I guess in relation to games, Nintendo finally announced like their own proprietary Nintendo-branded stand for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
And it's $20, $19.99. It charges, and it kind of... it tilts and slants in whatever direction you want. But I mean, there's so many Amazon like basic, stands out there that do the same thing. Just plug in a plug to the bottom for like $5 or whatever. So I'm just kind of like, okay, Nintendo, you're kind of like a year and a half late with this stand. It's been out long enough that don't you think that you could have included this with a bundle or something?
Yeah.
But it's Nintendo. I realized, speaking of Nintendo, we're wearing red today, both of us.
And the phone that it's recording is got
Red.
a red case on it.
Greg's favorite color is purple, mind you.
That's true. And the levels are red right now. And the mouse is red.
Yeah.
And the roses are pink.
The flowers are pink.
But here's a Charmander.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that.
No?
No.
I didn't even know it was in there.
And you still have to do the tail, though, right?
The fire.
Yeah, the fire
I guess
tail.
so.
But this looks awesome. Good job on crocheting this, Greg. I know you did it yourself.
You're welcome. Here's a lovey.
But really just Katie. This is so cool, if you can see this. That's awesome, too.
Just put it there.
Oh, shit.
Screw it.
That's perfect.
Charmander. Isn't that what he sounds like?
Yeah.
I don't know. Charmander. All right. God of War gets a photo mode.
I saw that. So what does that mean exactly?
So photo mode is becoming more popular, especially with these high fidelity titles that have 4K HDR settings.
Oh, since there's such beautiful scenery and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Uncharted.
So this is a way to save like a moment that you're like, oh, this just looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's kind of like a new feature that fans are sort of starting to expect in these games.
Okay.
And it's cool because you can roll the camera, you can tilt it, you can make it sepia, grayscale.
Oh, so it literally has filters like.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's really cool. You can move the camera around the scene.
Oh,
You can come in, go out.
almost like a map editor type
can,
thing
like-
too. Oh, really?
It's like change faces of the subjects.
That's cool.
In this case, it's hilarious because Kratos is just always like,
Always angry.
boy,
Yeah.
but you can make him be like,
stoic. Oh,
or like, it's just
funny.
Just facial expressions you never see
yeah.
from him.
From him.
So
Yeah.
we can take a look at that.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Have you ever heard of Atomic Heart?
No, I have not. What is this?
Okay, it's a cool. I hadn't heard of it until today. Is your volume off?
My volume is off.
Good. I don't know what it is. It's like if Russian World War II testing had been allowed to continue, kind of like BioShock,
Sure.
just not underwater.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I really don't know what the point is. I don't know if it's like I guess it's a first-person shooter, but it's very like interesting.
It's
crazy.
It looks like there's just so many different elements of like fantasy meets
Like Cold War. Yeah, I don't
meets what's that one game that's been out for a while that's, gosh, I forget what the game is called, but you basically pick up a lot of different things like items and stuff, and you come out of a bunker, and the suits that they wear are blue with yellow lettering.
Oh yeah, Fallout.
Fallout. It reminds me of Fallout.
Interesting.
In that sense.
I see what you're saying.
Like the era and the time.
Like the round robots.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because it's like the 60s or 70s style, but like, wow.
What they thought the future would look like then.
Yeah.
We'll get into that more.
This is crazy and graphic too. I think it's rated M.
It's got to be. Did you know that there's a secret about Pikachu that I'm going to tell you a little later on?
I did not. What is this? Can you just tell me now?
Has to do with his evolution.
Really?
Yeah. But we'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Okay. We can dive into that in a minute.
I know you've heard about this one. Because you're the PUBG Fortnite guy in this duo.
Yes. I did see this.
So
I saw this, and my friend sent me a few pictures that I work with because he plays it.
Is it live now?
Oh, it's live for sure.
Okay.
So what we're talking about is Fortnite, and it's a battle royale game that it's like
64 v 64. Every man for himself or woman.
Or 100. Basically, you have to be the last person standing. And they just recently teamed up with Marvel, meaning you could play as Thanos, for example, have Thanos' gauntlet and power, and it's you as Thanos against 100 people.
That's cool.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's
I thought it was
crazy.
the skin.
No, so you pick up the gauntlet and you basically become Super Saiyan. You become Ultra.
Yeah.
And you fight the rest of the 100 people. So you either lose or you win or whatever, you know? And you're so powerful, apparently. And
I mean, you have to be if you're fighting 100 people.
100 people with weapons and all that jazz. And I don't know if when you're Thanos you can have weapons, but you have the gauntlet, so that's powerful in itself from just knowing the Marvel universe. But I don't know. I've seen so many different like weird power-ups that he can do, so I think it's based off of like his gauntlet power.
Right.
It looks dope.
Gosh.
It looks sick.
All right.
So I haven't played Fortnite in a while. I've been playing PUBG, but I haven't played that in a while either. But I would dive into this because it's a sick patch right now.
That's actually an excellent segue back to our first topic here, Avengers.
Yeah.
So, did you see what I meant by disturbing?
Yes. Very disturbing.
Okay. Completely
disturbing, yeah.
Especially Spider-Man.
Exactly. And I read an article about the stupid line, the quote-unquote stupid line that he said, where he's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I don't think it was stupid.
No. So the article that I was reading, they were like, okay, the line had a meaning, and it wasn't just to be like, oh, he's a kid and he doesn't feel good because he's about to disappear. You remember in the beginning of the movie, his hairs raise up, right?
Yes.
That's his Spidey senses. Sure.
Oh.
So if you think about it, the reason why he's saying, man, I don't feel so good, I don't want to go, is because his Spidey senses were through the roof. They were off the charts.
He knew it was coming.
And he knew it was coming.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? And that makes it even more tragic.
That makes sense because he was talking so long before it started.
Because
everybody else is like, oh, shit.
Yeah, and then they just drift off.
Right.
Yep, for him, he felt it, and then he was like, please, sir, I don't want to go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was sad. It was super sad.
That really bugged me.
And then the other thing, I kind of got bothered by how Black Panther, he was just like, it's not safe here. It's not a place to die.
I know.
And then he's just, that's it.
Like, oh, fuck you.
There was no like
he
Wakanda forever shit, you know?
Yeah, he wasn't even like, oh.
Yeah.
Like
no, nothing.
He's just like, oh.
Yeah. Also, did you understand the plot or understand this kind of like reason why Doctor Strange said, we're in the end game now, and then he said, you know, I had to do it when he handed over the stone?
I have a theory.
What's your theory? Because I'm curious if it matches up with this article.
I feel like he went through his like 14 million combinations.
Yep.
And he said there was one way to succeed.
One outcome.
One positive outcome.
One positive outcome that
in a way, Thanos could be defeated.
Correct.
I think this needed to happen for that.
Yes.
And I think that's why he was like, we're in the end game now.
Exactly.
This is how it wraps up for now.
Yes.
And how we get to the final stage.
Yep. I agree. And that's kind of what I talked to Steph about when we got home.
Yeah.
And then I read an article about it, and it just confirms all of that. He looked at all the different 14 million possibilities, and one of them, this is the events that had to happen in order for them to win.
Right.
It meant almost everyone had to die.
Well, it just makes you think, like, when they come back, in the next one.
Yeah.
What the hell is going to happen that causes victory?
Yep.
And who's going to be able to come back? And
our question, at least me, and I'm sure everyone else in the theater too, was like, why is Captain America alive? Why is Tony Stark, Iron Man alive? Why is the Hulk alive?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because it's just half of the population of the universe. It's random.
Yes, I get it. But like, some of them are leaders, right, that were passing. Like Doctor Strange and Black Panther.
Yeah.
But you'd think like maybe Black Panther would stay because Captain America stayed, because he's a leader or something like that.
That's the thing. It's random.
I know. And I guess it's just luck that they didn't.
Correct. Because if you remember when Thanos was talking about like his vision, like halfway through the movie, he was like, I had a best idea. I had a plan. Mm-hmm. The planet's resources were gone, so I had a plan. It was fair.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor or you're tall or you're small or strong or weak.
Right.
Just split it in half, and that half goes away.
Yeah.
So that's what he did when he, did his...
Snap the fingers.
Just indiscriminately picked half of the universe's organisms to pass away.
It's crazy.
And, I guess they chose those for the story.
I read more on the backstory of Thanos and why he is the way he is. And I'm sure if you read the comics, then you would know that he killed his own mother, apparently, in the comics.
Oh, no.
And the reason why he killed his mother is because if you remember back in the scene where he was describing Titan, the planet that he was from, he was standing in front of a scene behind him that were all humans. They were all people-looking things. And he himself is a purple humanoid, right? He looks different than you and me. And he was born that way. And in the comics, he's described as like ugly, and his mom didn't even want him. His mom wanted to kill him basically because he was just so bad looking compared to everyone else. And then basically he was fueled by rage and so on and so forth that it just caused him to kill and etc. But the comics go pretty deep into like how he continued to just be like a killer and a leader in that sense.
I thought, wasn't he like half human, half?
He is
something.
Half human, half Titan something, or not Titan, but half something else.
The son of. Okay.
They're all like Greek names or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Thanos carries the deviance gene.
Mm-hmm.
Fictional race of humanoids appearing in the American continent. Okay.
So it's just interesting. If you get a chance, I would check out the comics.
It's interesting that he's got this fascination with the Mistress of Death, and like he wants to like love her. It's weird.
Very weird.
But do you have any other complaints?
No complaints, honestly. I loved the whole movie, truly. The comic relief within it was perfect, I think.
I loved Doctor Strange. He was awesome.
He was really, really good.
Really cool in this movie.
Yeah. The dynamic between Iron Man Star-Lord and Thor was
oh my God.
hilarious.
That was amazing.
It was so good.
That was my second favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like
what do you mean? This is my voice.
Are you mocking me? No, are you mocking me?
Yeah, that was good.
It was great. I was actually genuinely laughing. I wasn't like, oh, this is one of those like expected type of jokes. It was like,
well, it was really cool to see like all these people in the same area.
Yeah.
Together, like Thor with Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was really
crazy.
Cool.
And also maybe there's a few things that you might not have caught, but when Star-Lord and all of them were flying and listening to the Rubber Band Man, they heard over the radio the transmission of when that spaceship was being destroyed. You know, at the very beginning of the movie, there's a guy over the radio saying, "We're just you know, blah blah blah."
That's from Ragnarok, right?
Yes. And then in the Guardians of the Galaxy, when they flip the scene to their spaceship, you can hear that transmission coming through.
Oh, good. That's cool. That's good.
It's kind of like a little Easter egg type thing. Yeah, so it matches up. And it's like a reversal in time type deal.
Nice.
It was cool.
What was your favorite part of the whole movie?
Favorite part of the whole movie? I'm going to have to say it was probably honestly the fight with Doctor Strange and the guy that just like swipes stuff through the city and you know, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and one of Thor's goons that swipes his finger in like a car.
Oh, the old guy.
Yeah, the older guy. I forget what his name is.
The one that got killed?
Yeah, he just got shot out into space.
That was cool how they killed him.
Yeah, it was.
Have you ever seen Aliens?
Right.
Mine was...
what was yours?
It's a very small thing.
Okay.
But I loved it so much. It was when, in the final fight, when Captain America Steve Rogers had Thanos' hand.
Yes.
And he was like, fuck this. I am not letting you close your hand.
Yeah.
And he just was so strong.
And you can see Thanos' face where he's just like, oh, I actually have to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Type thing.
Even though he ended up doing it, like, I was sitting there like,
yeah. Like
in the theater scene.
You get tensed up with him. And you're just like, oh my God, this is so tense.
And I needed more Hulk.
Yeah.
I was disappointed by that.
I was bummed out that, you know, he kind of was like having stage fright, basically.
Yeah.
There's a pop figure, you know, those pop vinyl figures that I noticed before the Avengers came out, they were releasing some. My back.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Not yet. Should now.
So, Jerry is having back spasms. He tweaked his back. He hurt my back. Still going?
Still going.
Oh, this is a long one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I forgot how he got it, but... Well, look, there he's fine.
Now I'm back. Rewind. There was a pop vinyl where... what is it? Freaking Hulk is busting out of the Hulk Buster...
Nice.
Suit in green, right? He's busting out of the Hulk Buster suit in green. But in the movie, which I was expecting because I saw this pop vinyl where he was popping out of the top of it, I was expecting him to turn into the Hulk and do that. There was a few times, right, where he went half-faced or whatever. Exactly. That one, exactly. And
yeah, I was like,
it never happened.
Come on, bud.
Yeah.
You can do it.
But then it never happened. It was
such a letdown.
I was
for me.
like, okay, maybe this is for Infinity War 2. You know?
Man, they better have Hulk in Infinity War 2.
I know.
I would be pissed.
So he was a survivor, which is good.
Yes.
So was that other guy that was paralyzed in the legs. He was a survivor. War Machine?
Yeah, but...
War Machine is his name, but I forget what his...
Rhodey,
yeah.
Rhodes.
Yep. He was a survivor.
At the end, that was a good joke.
Yeah.
Tony Spank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Stank.
Tony Stank. Yeah. Oh, man. There was so many good jokes. Like, I think Mantis, one of my favorite jokes was when Mantis was like, yeah, we're here to what did she say?
I forgot, but I know what you're talking about.
To kick names and take ass.
Oh, yeah,
and Drax was like, yeah. It was just like, what the hell? And then they were like, you know, where is Gamora? They're like, what did they say? Where is Gamora? What is Gamora? And then Drax is like, better question, who? Or no, where is Gamora? And then someone was like, who is Gamora? And then Drax was like, better question, why is Gamora? And it's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Really, really good. I have one last theory. the scene where Thanos is walking on water, basically, right? And everything is kind of yellow. And there's this kind of like gazebo type thing that baby Gamora, or little girl Gamora is standing in, right? That, in an article I read, is basically inside of the Soul Stone. So Gamora is trapped inside of the Soul Stone because everything was yellow, 1. 2, the only thing he loved was her. That's why she was the only thing there. And then the question that she asked, she's like, what did it cost? And he said, everything. It cost everything. So I'm thinking if somehow they can get the Soul Stone out or whatever, they can save her soul. And she might be able to come back to life. But that was supposed to be interpreted inside the Soul Stone. Isn't that crazy?
Interesting.
Because, right, he like went there and then he came back and then he disappeared to another random planet where he's just sitting there looking out on the, mountainside.
Right.
So we're left thinking like, where was he? That out of body experience that he just had, where was he? And that was supposed to be interpreted as inside the Soul Stone.
Theoretically.
I think it was actually confirmed by one of the directors or something.
Oh, man.
I think they asked the question at one of the red carpet events or whatever. So I'd have to check on that article. But
dang.
Yeah. Did you like it, though?
Of course.
Do you want to see it again?
Not at the theater.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask that because I think I'm going to buy it. It's like one of those, like, I know I can just digitally download it, but I want to buy a physical copy.
Good. I'm going to wait till Marvel's done with, like...
everything. Get, like, the trilogy.
Yeah. The 20G.
The 20G, yeah.
Whatever. It'll probably be $200.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Just like Harry Potter.
Yeah, except more.
Yeah. Harry Potter's expensive. But, yeah, I think that's all we've got as far as Marvel and movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. What do you say? We wrap this up? Or you got another topic?
Well, I was going to talk a little bit.
Oh, yes. Your last surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Or what were you going to talk about?
Well, we can do that.
Okay.
So, originally, Pikachu had a middle evolution.
Pokemon, okay. Yeah, Pikachu.
Did you know that?
A middle evolution.
Yeah, so right now he goes Pikachu to Raichu.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he had somebody called... what was his name?
Nisho-shan?
Hold on here. Hold on right here 1 second.
Gorochu?
Yeah.
Gorochu?
Gorochu.
Okay.
Yeah.
The large fangs and 2 horns?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
If you look up Gorochu, does it find anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. There's an image of it actually. I guess maybe fan art.
Do that gold and blue one, second one.
Oh, okay.
That was a guy on Reddit. That's what he came up with.
Oh, he came up with this.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
it looks so legit though. The left one
does.
Especially.
Yeah, for sure. It's almost like a fatter version of Pikachu, I guess.
Yeah.
But like he's got these weird like tufts of hair for his ears that are kind of draped down, but then literally like devil horns.
Right.
Coming up, which looks really cool. Or do you see this one too?
I didn't see that one.
This one looks kind of believable too.
He almost looks like somebody was pointing out it's like the airbrush kind of paint style.
Oh yeah.
That's very reminiscent of early Pokemon.
For sure. Yeah, like on the cards and everything.
Yeah.
Too.
It's kind of
I loved that.
It's kind of made like a sort of a change recently.
That's just Raichu almost. With horns.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean I loved that paint style. They've kind of gotten more like digital art now, so it just doesn't look as real. But that old painter's airbrush watercolor.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, a watercolor looking thing is. I love that.
It's very signature.
Pokemon,
the original dude.
Yep.
Who did it?
Yep. That's so sick. I didn't know that. Little Pokemon news.
And somebody else was pointing out like there have been so many attempts from Nintendo and who's Game Freak,
yeah,
to like redo Pikachu.
Sure.
Like have the same craziness that people had for Pikachu. Like they have like the mini Pikachu.
Yeah,
I forget. Pichu.
Yeah.
Like that was an attempt to like redo it and get, but it never really picked up as much.
No.
And then there's like a ghost version.
Ooh, I don't know.
He's like covered with a sack. Ghost Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
Mimikyu.
Yeah, Mimikyu, but there's like a little monster underneath it, and this is like a costume type thing.
Well,
but yeah, I know what you're.
It's still like
they're trying
Pikachu, you know.
Yep, exactly.
So
Mimikyu. Yep.
It's just kind of interesting that they try to keep recapturing that flame, but I don't know if they can.
I don't know.
It's fucking Pikachu.
Pikachu's just so
he's like Mario at this point.
Iconic, yeah. And it's just like, oh, Pokemon. The first thing you think is Pikachu,
right? Exactly.
Almost instantly.
Nobody gives a shit about numbers 1, 2, and 3.
No. Charmander.
They only think about
Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
14.
I think Pikachu's. I forget what number Pikachu is, but yeah.
Man, I'll be so happy if it's 14.
What number is it?
25.
25. Dang it. But yeah, I've actually been looking through my storage unit and finding a bunch of old little Pokemon toys and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this stuff. I remember playing with it, and I never thought there was going to be any more than like this, the first 50 or 100 or whatever it was.
152.
152 if you add the legendary.
Mewtwo?
Yeah. I never thought there was going to be more than like 150, and I was like, that's such a huge number. And now there's like
150. Sorry.
Insane amount now. But anyway, Pokemon's awesome. It's just they keep coming out with so many different versions of the cards and stuff like that. So hard to keep up with. But do you still have your cards that you know of?
No.
I
wish I did. I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
In elementary school, we had this after-school program that the PE teacher had called Ultimate Club.
Oh.
And you would do all kinds of nerdy stuff like Warhammer and
nice,
like the little figurines.
I love Warhammer.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yep.
And Pokemon cards or
Warhammer. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And at that point, I had a binder.
Yep.
And
stickers all over it, I'm sure.
I had the card sleeve, like the sleeve pages with 9 on each.
Yep.
Actually, a friend of mine drew Mewtwo, and I cut it out and pasted it on the front of the binder.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I remember like one of the features of the PE teachers, like an add-on feature, would be him looking at your deck and like building your deck out for you.
Interesting.
So I had like a rock deck or whatever.
Yeah. And so you actually played?
Not too much.
Okay.
But I wanted to like be in it.
Sure.
So I remember I had 3 Hitmonchans in a row, and they were all like holographic and
nice.
That's what I remember most about my
Hitmonchan with the green background.
It was
it had a greenish yellow holographic background. I think is what it was standing there with its fists.
Yeah. And I always remember people saying, that was named after Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense now, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Yeah, the green background. He's just like standing in space.
Right.
He or she or whatever it is.
Well, this one's a she.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing.
Are they genderless?
Now they're genderless. But they...
Oh, dude, there was a...
now they're genderless.
Like a male and female, Rattata and...
Rattata and Rattatat. Rattata...
And Raticate
and... No, that's the evolved version, I think.
Nidoran, Nina.
Yeah, Nidoran and Rena. Yeah.
Yeah, those I remember those had genders specifically on the card.
And they had color differential.
Yeah, one was like lilac purple and one was like more pink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. So is that not like canon anymore?
Not really. Not that I know of. I mean, like some of the super Pokemons, there's like a male and female, but like, now with today, they're trying to keep everything genderless. So, and it only makes sense. It's a Pokemon. I don't know why it needs to have a gender necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to have male and female like at the top of the card, but like when you play the games too, you would catch Pokemon and it would say if it was a boy or girl in your box. You remember that?
Say it again.
In your box, when you would catch a Pokemon, you'd go back to the Pokemon Center and you would look at your Pokemon that you had. It would say if it was male or female.
Oh, in the game.
In the game.
Yeah, and there's like a little Roman symbol for male or female.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But you could catch like a million different, like, I don't know, let's just say freaking Squirtles or whatever. But some of them could be female, some of them could be male or whatever. And you'd use that to go to like the breeder and stuff. That's how you would do the breeding or whatever. But the card game is not the same.
Here's another fun little name fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know Ekans and Arbok?
Yeah. Oh, the name backward. Yes. Yes. I think I did hear about that. I forgot where, but yeah.
Ekans. We're so fun. A copyright infringement, Nintendo.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry
about it.
We didn't mean to voice it.
But yes.
Unlike Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, Tyrogue and Hitmontop aren't named after real people.
Oh.
Hitmontop got his name based on because it spins on its head like a top.
So I guess that's confirming that Hitmonlee and Chan were.
Tyrogue is a combination of the words Tyro, which means beginner, and rogue.
Ooh.
I don't know those two other ones.
Okay.
They must be new.
The newer evolutions of the other ones. I got it.
You said Clefairy earlier.
Yeah, I did.
That's so weird. I remember it was so popular for the kid in one of Easter in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
For people in their Easter baskets to get a Clefairy because it had an egg on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I never got a Clefairy.
I didn't get one, but I knew like 3 or 4 kids that did.
Like the toy?
No, like the card.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever. I never got that. I had enough of them that I just didn't care about them, I think.
Oh, Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Raichu. Right you are, Ken. Ah! But yeah. Yeah, I think we've exhausted Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big discussion.
But again, with this podcast and everything, pardon our dust, we're trying to get on a regular schedule in a regular location.
Yeah.
I think this is going to work out more for us just because the temperature is way tolerable here.
I'm not even glistening. It's wonderful.
It's nice. It feels good.
It does.
Down here. We don't even need the fan.
No.
But only thing that we may have is a little bit of background noise, but I think we can edit that out in post.
Hopefully.
But if you hear it, apologies.
Oh, and hopefully we get a nice video going here with the phone.
Yeah. So we're working through it, but hopefully we can continue this.
I want a soundboard.
Consistent. That'd be so dope.
Oh.
That'd be dope.
Oh, man.
The dopest.
Reach us out.
Reach us out.
Reach around us.
Phone us out.
Give us a call at our Google number.
Yeah. 703-703-7703.
Find us on YouTube. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Find us on our website, jpegpodcast.com.
Yep.
I am Greg.
I am Jerry.
We are the JpeG Podcast.